We have to
Flip.
turn.
Turn.
We have to
Turn.
turn. Okay? Then, again, what the meaning of the word, rotation? A rotation is a transformation, right? A rotation is a transformation that turn a figure around a given point. This point is called what, grade 8? This point is called what?
Miss, you're talking about the point on.
Center of rotation. Okay? Again, a rotation is, if I'm asking about what is the rotation, then you have to say what, grade 8. A rotation is what? Yes, you, Judy.
Okay.
It's a type of transformation that turns on the center of the rotation and the point.
Turn a figure around a given point called the center of rotation.
Which is the center.
Yes. So the image has the same size and the same what? Shape as the pre-image. Okay? Again, who can say what the meaning of rotation? What the meaning of rotation? A rotation is what? Grade 8, wake up. Yes, Yakenzi.
Rotation is transformation that turn the figure and have the same size and shape but different rotation.
Okay. So that turn a figure around a given point. This is called center of rotation. This is called center of rotation. Okay, so the image of the same has the same size and the same shape as the pre-image. Also, we talk on Thursday about clockwise and counterclockwise. If there anyone can tell me what is the difference between clockwise and counterclockwise? Clockwise means what?
Clockwise means
yes,
negative, counterclockwise means
clockwise means positive or negative?
negative. Negative, and it's to the left, right?
Clockwise means negative, right? And counterclockwise means
Yes.
positive. Okay. In second part, which we are going to study today, inshallah, we are going to study also how we can rotate with a specific angles. We already took an introduction on Thursday, and today we are going to study it by details. Then, before we will start, I'm going to ask a question. It is a type of transformation, and type of transformation, I'm talking about rotation, so we have to say the word turn. Okay, so it will turn a figure around a given point called the center of rotation. The image has the same shape, size as the pre-image. So now we are going to study angles, and we are going to know how we can turn the figure around the point, and we are going to study around the origin point. Okay, then please prepare your notebook and coordinate, because we are going to draw while we are working in our session today. First, we have a triangle, and the pre-image is P is 1 and 2, Q is 4 and 4, R is 4 and 1. And we want to rotate this figure around with angle 90 degrees around the origin. Then, once you have the question like this, so R donate for what? R donate for what? Rotate, okay? And 90, this is for angle, and O means around the origin point. Again, what's R?
Rotate.
Rotate. What's 90?
Angle.
Angle. Did he mention here counterclockwise or clockwise or anything? He wrote any word? No, he put 90.
No.
So that means that we are going to work with positive 90 or negative 90?
Positive
Positive 90. Yes, positive 90. Okay. So once he didn't say anything about, he didn't put a word counterclockwise or clockwise, and he put a negative sign. So that means that we are going to rotate the figure 90 degrees. And what's O? What's
Origin
O?
point.
Origin point. Okay. Then let's watch together. Take your note, and then I will back to you again.
But before we begin, we need to look at some new notation that we're going to use. This is telling us how to do our rotation. The R stands for, yes, that it's a rotation, and that we are going to rotate triangle PQR, and we are going to rotate it 90 degrees about point O. And when we use an O, we are talking specifically about the origin. So that's just a commonplace. Again, when you see an O, it means the origin, which of course we know is 0.00, which is this red dot here. And this is very cumbersome because we actually need to take each point. We can't just rotate the entire triangle and just be done with it. We have to take each individual point and do exactly what it says here. So first I'm going to take point P, which is...
Let me ask a question, grade 8. 90 degrees, it will move clockwise or counterclockwise? Counterclockwise, right? 90 degrees counterclockwise, which means this figure, we are going to move it down or it will move up. Up.
Down.
Now, down means that you will move clockwise like this. Did you see? This is clockwise.
Oh, which one is positive and which one is negative?
90, let me write it for you. 90 degrees. Just a second. Clockwise. Clockwise means what? Positive or negative?
Negative.
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 Okay. Counterclockwise. Means positive. Okay. Is this your question?
مس counter clockwise مش positive يا مس يعني يعني to go to up or down.
Up. It will go up.
Okay.
It will go up, but clockwise it will move. It's negative. It will move down. Then for this figure in front of us now, he said rotate 90 degrees. So this is positive, right? Then positive, we are going to move counterclockwise. So which means that the figure will move up or down?
Up.
Up. Okay, so let's continue. And I'm going to stop and ask anyone, please pay attention.
Is at 1, 2. And what I have to do is measure it to the origin. So I'm going from point P to the origin. And then I need to go the same distance this way that I went this way. And I need to make sure that it's 90 degrees. And that will be my new point. But before I begin, I need to make sure, again, and this is just helping you visualize this, I need to make sure that I have done a rotation of 90 degrees. So I'm going to use my great big protractor here and move it to the 90 degree mark. And yes, and then confirm that this is 90 degrees. So I have measured this properly. And then the next step to do this properly, I would actually have to measure this here. And then I don't know how to use this great big tool. I would then just twist it and measure it here too. But we're just going to kind of eyeball that one and say, yes, these are the same distance. And that would give me P prime. And now I need to move on and do the next point, and that would be Q. So from point Q, I would draw a line to the origin, and I would measure 90 degrees, but I don't want to bore you with that great big protractor. And anyway, I would measure that it's 90 degrees, and then I would measure that this is the same distance from here to here, and that would give me Q prime. So I have 2 points so far. And then, again, you get the picture, so I didn't do R. This, if I did the same thing, if I measured from R to the origin and R to the origin, and then I would, again, use my protractor to make sure it was 90 degrees, that would give me R prime. And then the last step would be to connect all three of these points to get my new triangle. That was a lot of work, and in class, I'm actually going to hand out a protractor and a ruler, and we are going to take the time to do this.
So this is the idea how we can draw the image for rotation by using the protractor and the ruler. Okay, then did you see the idea? Did you see the idea, grade 8? Is there anyone can tell me a brief or a summary about what we said till now? How we can rotate a figure 90 degrees? We have to put the protractor where?
The 0
Origin point.
In the origin point, yes. And we draw a line, okay, from the origin point to the point B, for example. And then we will measure 90 degrees, and then we will take the same distance from origin point to B and the origin point to B prime. Okay, so this is how we can draw by using the geometric tools. But we have a rule. We can use it directly to rotate the figure 90 degrees. Yes, Kenzie?
Miss, can I say the rule?
Please, okay, you can say the rule. Yes.
We will change, we'll put the Y first, then the X, and we should change the sign of the Y.
Okay, which means you will switch, right?
Yeah,
And
we'll make P dash like -2, 1, because
Yes,
it will
thank
change,
you.
we
Yes,
will switch, so it will be negative.
Thank you.
I make it that I do not use the geometric tools, will be easier.
Yes, I appreciate what you said. Thank you so much, Kenzie. Yes, then, as you know, once we use geometric tools to draw the image for this triangle by rotating it 90 degrees, we have a rule. Look at the pre-image for point B, it was 1 and 2, right? So the image becomes -2 and 1. What do you notice? It was 1 and 2, it becomes -2 and 1, right? What happened, grade 8? Yes, yeah, Judy.
We transferred the Y to the opposite side with the opposite sign.
We transfer
The Y to in the place of the X.
We switch here, Judy, right? It was 1 and 2 becomes 2 and 1, right?
Yes.
And then we change the sign for the first one, negative Y and X. Okay, so thank you. Once we want to rotate a figure around the origin by 90 degrees, so we will switch, which means it was X and Y becomes Y and X. And we will change the sign for the first. Okay, then it was X and Y.
مثلا 90 degrees ولا
دي 90 degrees. Positive 90 degrees, right?
طب لو عايزين نعمل نعمل نفس الحاجة.
Again, please.
If we want to
If we want to rotate negative 90, for example, ya Fadia, if we want to rotate negative 90, so we have X and Y. Okay, we will switch. It will be Y, but this time we will change the sign for the second. Okay, then if you want to rotate the figure 90 degrees, switch and change the sign for the first. Negative 90, switch and change the sign for the second. If you want to rotate whatever 180 or negative 180, we will keep them together, which means we have X and y, we will not switch, but we will change the sign for both. So it will be negative x and negative y. Okay, negative x and negative y. And each angle here, it has a partner, like what? If you are talking about positive 90, so if I want to rotate this figure from this place to this place, so it could be positive 90, or I can rotate it negative 270. It will give us the same position, the same result. Then let me say again, here, 90 exactly like negative 270 degrees. Switch and turn the sign for the first. Negative 90, it will be exactly like what? Positive 270. Switch and change the sign for the second. Okay? 180, negative 180, it will be the same. Keep them the same, but we will change the sign for both. 360, it will be the same. Nothing will change. Understood? Then we have the main angles which we have to work by using them. 90 and negative 270, the same. Switch and change the sign for the first. Negative 90 and 270, switch, change the sign for the second. 180 or negative 180, it will be the same, but we will change the sign for both. For this one, it will be, I'm sorry, negative x and negative y for 180. Sorry, 180. 180 or negative 180. Once we have x and y, we will switch. We will switch grade 8.
No, they say the same, but with
No, we'll
opposite
different sign.
We
signs.
will change only the sign, which means if it was positive, becomes negative. If it's negative, becomes positive, and so on. Okay? Any question till now? Any question? Okay. So this is how we can rotate by using different different angles. Let's continue.
Always negative and the y's are positive. But I flipped them, and then looking back at this second quadrant, the x's are positive, they're negative and the y's are positive, or negative and the y's are rules that will help you when you're doing a rotation, because out of the reflection, the translation, the rotation, these are the most challenging. So the first little trick to kind of help you is if you're doing a rotation of 90 degrees or 270 degrees, flip the coordinates, so change the x and the y, change their places, and take the signs of the new quadrant. And if it is a rotation of 180 degrees or 360 degrees, keep the coordinates the same and take the signs of the new quadrant. I want you to write these.
So we cannot here for 90 or 270, we have to flip the coordinates, right? Flip the coordinates, but 180 or 360, we will keep the coordinates. As I said, we will not switch, but we have 90 exactly the same like negative 270, we have the same rule. Negative 90 and positive 270, the same rule. 180, negative 180, they have the same rule. Okay, understood this part, grade 8? Okay, first the question. What word best describe a rotation?
Turn.
B.
B.
Turn. P. Yes,
Turn.
very good. So what word best to describe the rotation? So it will be P. Second question. True or false? A rotation doesn't change the size of the shape. Or the shape.
True.
True. Yes, very good. Second, which of the dark blue triangles is rotation of the light blue triangle?
B.
P. Yes, very good. Next question. The light orange shape is rotated about the point C. Are the lengths of the blue and red lines the same?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Huh? Yes, which means they have the
yes.
same distance. Did you
This
see it?
have
The blue and red. Did you
this
see it?
one.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yes or no?
Yes.
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 Okay. Next question. The shape below has been rotated so that point A becomes point A prime. Are point A and A prime on the same circle?
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yes, very good. Then, when you have the figure and you are going to rotate the figure, if you will draw a circle, you will find that each point, it will belong to the same circle with its image. Next, which of the following changes say the shape in is a rotation? Sorry. Which of the
Turn
following
90
change
B.
B.
90 degrees clockwise? B. Very good. Next, which of the following change the shape is rotation? Turn.
A.
A. Very good. Next question. Which of the dark yellow shapes is rotation of the light yellow shape?
C.
C. Yes.
C.
So A rotate with C. What is the point about which a shape is rotate called? Center of
A.
rotation? A. Center of rotation. Very good.
A.
Rotate shape are similar, congruent, tessellate.
Congruent.
Congruent. P. Very good. Which of the dark below shape is a rotation of the light below shape?
C.
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 C. ال A
So
rotate
ممكن
C.
C و A.
C.
ال A rotate to be what? C. It could be B. It could be B.
No. No.
No. Why? Why didn't choose B?
Because the difference of the size.
Because it's what?
Size.
The different size.
The size is
Size
bigger.
Different size. Yes. Thank you so much, grade 8. Very good. So this exercise, you will find it in our SMS. I will make it like extra practice. Okay. So I will put this one and you can answer it and you can make more practice at home. Then also now I want everyone please to open your book page 294. Please open your book page 294. We will solve question. Your turn. Did you see your turn at the top of the page?
Yes.
Graph the image of the quadrilateral ABCD after each rotation. We want 180, 270, and find the coordinates of the point C after 90 degrees counterclockwise rotation followed by 180 rotation. So after the session, you can draw this one as an evaluation and then you can send it to me. Okay? So this part is just an evaluation today.
Page number came.
Page 294, your turn. Did you see at the top of the page? So you can start now. Once you finish, please send it to me in our WhatsApp group to write the ranks, rank 1, 2, and 3. So today we studied already how we can
بس هو هنا
rotate.
طالب مننا 180 و 90 و 270.
Yes, 180 and 270. We said 180, what we are going to do, ya Fadia?
Keep the sign.
Now we will not flip.
But different quadrant.
180.
لا I said keep it.
180